Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My voice is going, so bear with me here as we make this video. I was supposed to do a collaboration with Mr. Dubs yesterday, and I kind of fell through because I was super sick, and as you can hear, I don't sound normal, man. I would have been like, oh, it would have been rough. Anyway, so here we are. We got our first official news for when the WWE 2K26 commercial should drop. Let's go over to Ringside News and let's read this article and what they're talking about. Alright, so here we are over on Ringside News, and they posted this article as I was looking for information for the game today, January 14th. It says WWE 2K26 commercial has already filmed and the reveal expected soon ahead of WrestleMania season. It goes on to say an official announcement hasn't dropped yet, but WWE 2K26 is already in motion. According to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, WWE quietly filmed the commercial for the reveal of WWE 2K26 back in December. The ad is expected to begin airing within the next few weeks, though no exact date has been confirmed. With the Royal Rumble set for January 31st in Saudi Arabia, many are speculating the first trailer could debut during the premium live event. That makes a lot of sense to me. There's still no confirmation on who will grace the cover of WWE 2K26. Past cover stars have included some of WWE's biggest names, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, 2K24, and then Roman Reigns for 2K25. Obviously, I think it's going to be CM Punk. It makes the most sense. And it's one more middle finger to AEW, which I find hilarious. The WWE 2K series has returned to form in recent years, following a one-year hiatus after the critical failure of WWE 2K20. Since 2K22, the games have traditionally launched during the WrestleMania build-up window. 2K Games remains the publisher while Visual Concepts continues to lead development. It says, with the commercial already in the can, fans can expect the official reveal of WWE 2K26 to arrive any day now. Then it just asks, who do you think should be on the cover, or who is on the cover? So anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to give my 2 cents worth. Obviously, I feel like a lot of us knew that the commercial was done already, but this is like official confirmation. Typically, they'll do the commercial in December. We saw that picture of Xavier Woods basically filming the intro for the next year's My GM, because they do that every single year. And then they already said that the game was confirmed for the end of fiscal year, so we already knew that. So our first trailer, typically we get it in the first Raw or SmackDown of the year. I'm glad they're waiting till the Royal Rumble because this gives them time to make a good first trailer. And there are rumblings going around from fake leakers, maybe some legit leakers. We won't know until the game is officially revealed that they're finally going to drop last gen and that they're going to fully utilize current gen hardware, or at least start the ball rolling, if you get my drift, because they only have a year from game to game. Maybe they'll have better lighting, we'll have better motion controls. By motion controls, I mean the fluidity of matches and stuff like that. The presentation overall, but maybe better character models. But they say that every single year, and it seems like we just take a little step forward with the visuals and stuff every single year. It does look better every year. It doesn't look exactly the same. The created characters look much better than they used to. I mean, go look at 2K22, the creator wrestler, and then look at 2K25. It's vastly improved in visual quality. So there is that. I'll give them that. Other than that, I don't know how you can fundamentally change everything in less than a year unless they've been working on stuff on the back end. And that's why the last 3 games have pretty much been the same except for a new feature here and there. So hopefully we're getting to the point to where they're fully going to start utilizing current gen hardware. I don't think they're going to completely axe last gen. I really do think that they're going to have a PS4 and an Xbox One version, especially since the way the VRAM situation is going on with people not being able to buy up computers and stuff going forward. The prices of the PS5, Switch 2, and Xbox are probably going to go up again. They're going to need as many people to buy the game as possible. And I do think the PC version might still be the last gen version, mainly because there's a lot of people with low-end PCs. If they target the high-end PCs with the new build of the game, if it is in fact new, this is all rumor and speculation when it comes to that part of this video, well, then they're going to go for the lower end of the spectrum because there's more people that can buy the game that way. And if you're a PC player, I apologize, because that sucks. You should obviously get the best version of the game because a lot of people do have a good PC. But obviously, Steam has all this data, and most people don't have the super high-end PC. That's why their Steam machine that they're making is only targeting 16 gigabytes of RAM, because that's what most people have, and that's basically the benchmark for everybody to play, right? So they're not going to start going for stuff that people don't have, and that's the benchmark basically for games being made too. It's the 16 gigabytes of RAM. So correct me in the comments down below, but most of the videos I've seen on that whole situation with the RAM shortages and everything, and why the Steam machine isn't like super duper powerful, it's because of all their data they have saying otherwise. Anyway, so that's another topic for another day. So I do think we are going to get last gen versions. Like I said, it's just going to be a watered down version, kind of like they did with, what was the first one on the PS4? It was 2K15, correct? I feel like 2K15 on the last gen consoles, basically the PS3 and the Xbox 360, I feel like that was the better version of the game because it had all the bells and whistles. It just didn't have the better visuals. So we might be in that situation where the last gen versions of these games might actually be better functionally, but then the new version of the games will have all the new visuals, the bells and whistles. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see when we get this first trailer what the game looks like. I'm all for the game being improved, but take notice that if the game is vastly improved visually, that means to create a wrestler is going to take a hit. Every single time in the series history, when they've increased the visuals and made the game look much, much better, the Creation Suite suffered. The Creation Suite would always lose a bunch of parts because they didn't have time to upgrade all the parts visually. We lost a lot of parts and stuff. If you look back at the old games, there was a ton of tattoos that are not in the game still because they were super low pixelated count, or they look like crap and they didn't take the time to make them look better. So we lost all these awesome tattoos we used to have that you could also put on shirts and stuff like that. They lost a ton of features. We lost body morphing. So maybe with the power of the new consoles, or should I say current gen consoles, maybe we'll get body morphing back. That'd be cool. But then we'll lose a bunch of creation parts. You see, there's the give and take when it comes to Creation Suite. So I'm both excited for the prospect, it's not official, the prospect of potentially getting an increased visually, gameplay wise, everything game. But every time they do that, the creative wrestler suffers, as I just said. So I'm starting to repeat myself here. Thank you for watching. How do you feel about this? Do you think there's some truth to these rumors about the game finally taking advantage of the current gen systems? And who do you think is going to be on the cover? I think it's CM Punk. It makes a lot of sense. I hope it's not. I like John Cena, but he's been on the cover plenty of times. He's retired. I feel like John Cena should be on the cover a couple of years from now when they do they already did a showcase for him. I don't know. Cena shouldn't be on the cover again for a while, I don't think. I think it should be either a current star or CM Punk, because he has the biggest recognition as far as games are concerned. I mean, imagine walking down the store, you haven't played a wrestling game in 10 years, and you see CM Punk on the cover, and you're like, holy crap, CM Punk's back? And then that might get you to watch the show. Let's say you're not even watching the show, or you live under a rock and you just don't know anything about wrestling currently. That might actually get you to come back and watch the show too. Because you're like, holy crap, CM Punk is back and he's the champion? Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I know social media exists, but there's a lot of people that don't use it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sound in the comments below. And as always, stay frosty.